Hi, morning all. We are at La Cala today, final day, so I thought I'd do a little bit of filming based upon practice. So I've been lucky enough to spend about 3 days with some amazing clients, and it became so apparent that some of the weaknesses that players struggle with, could be based upon technical ideas, i.e. how the golf club moves, but the biggest wins was definitely from a skill-based environment. Now, what do I mean by skill-based environment? Well, for me, definitely something that I see players struggle with on a day-to-day basis is understanding what phase of learning they're in. So for me, there are 3 phases that can be broken down into several different ideas, but real simple ideas. Number 1, so most golf lessons start off with a degree of technical evaluation, i.e. I'm struggling on a shot shape. Can you help me out with the dialogue? Can you help me out with what you think as a golf coach I need to change in order to hit this golf ball a little bit better? So therefore, normal golf swings are evaluated based upon camera, using the camera that I'm talking at today, using data such as stats or launch monitors, but there's normally something we use to measure someone's golf swing. And camera is a great asset, and data is a great asset in stage 1. So most sort of lessons are based upon, I'm struggling with a hook. What do I need to change to stop a golf ball that goes, let's say, left? Okay, well, let's talk about that environment. So stage 1 is all about understanding a technical idea, understanding what you, the player, need to do to alter the club's delivery impact. Stage 1 is understanding technical and allowing time for the player to either change their concept, which will take more time than changing a technical position. But phase 1 is understanding what a player needs to look for and what a player needs to understand in order to change that aspect. Now, there is no, in my opinion, this is my opinion as a golf coach, there is no requirement as yet for the player to hit amazingly functional shots straight away, because they might have to think incredibly hard about this scenario. Some players might pick it up, bang, we're going to hit a decent shot straight away. Oh, that makes sense. I can't believe I was doing something so different, and they've hit a shot and all of a sudden it's a great shot. Some players just are going to take time to evaluate their concepts. Stage 2, which in my opinion is way different. In fact, let's call stage 2 hat backwards time, but stage 2, let's call it skill. This is a different mindset. This is a different outlook. This is something I did not do. This is something I wish I did. I didn't do this. This is skill, i.e. you understand phase 1. That's concept. That's changing technique. Okay, that's phase 1. Phase 2 is now taking what you've learnt and the feels you developed with your coach or online or in person, and developing it in an area where it counts relative to target. So for example, if my technical lesson was the club face is open, can we work on more lead flexion to get the face in a much more suitable spot to deliver a little more of a closure of the face, lower loft, those sorts of ideas. I can only enter stage 2 if I understand that concept, and we've agreed as golf coach and student that actually when I think I'm, let's say, flexing my lead wrist, I am. Because I could quite easily start phase 2. Again, this is where another issue comes in golf. I quite easily could start phase 2 thinking I'm flexing my lead wrist, but actually I'm still cupping it, which obviously again is going to have a pretty significant change on club face ideas. So I can't really go into phase 2 until at least I'm pretty certain that what I'm practicing is pretty decent. So phase 2 would be all about, can I control my start line with these ideas? Can I understand that when I'm putting more lead flexion, where does the ball position need to be? How do I control loft? How do I control lie? How do I control into wind? How do I use this in an environment that's actually going to be useful for me? Okay, I understand how to get the face closed, but if my alignment's left, my club face is closed, and I'm not sure how to compress it, and I'm not sure how to start the line, I'm not sure how to control curvature, then it's pretty useless, right? It's a pretty useless idea to improve a technique, but then not understand how to implement it, not understanding how to use it as a skill. This is by far, in my opinion, the biggest downfall in coaching and professional golf outside of elite players, is people don't spend enough time in stage 2. You cannot take stage 1, which is a technical environment, straight to a golf course. I see it day in, after day. I've been working on technical environment. Here's a video. Here's a much better image at the top of the backswing. I should play 3 shots better. You might play 3 shots better, but unless you understand, spend time, and learn what the ball flight needs to do with a new feel, And that isn't a technical environment. All 4 of these balls might look incredibly similar to an untrained eye on a camera, but I might see different ball flights. So that's a relatively neutral shot, maybe a 1 yard draw. Very good shot. It's landed on my, let's say, little area that I'm trying to land it on. That was a little bit toey, but again, pretty functional. I wouldn't be worried about the technical aspect of hitting slightly toey. It's still been skillful enough to hit my target. But I'm sort of understanding there that the skill that I've put into place based on the feel that I learned in stage 1. And there's another conversation, quick one, which I'll do a big video on. Feel is real. It might not look real on camera, but it's pretty real to you and me. I stand there feeling like I can flex my lead wrist. Whether the camera says I am or not, my body says and screams at me, yeah, well, this feels pretty different. So you have to get used to the feel in a skill environment. The final phase would be on the golf course, i.e. we're just taking a feel to a golf course, we've learned our skills. At this point we should be fairly autonomous. We should be thinking, what's the wind doing, what's the gradient change, you know, how do I impart my understanding now of my golf swing in this environment. We should not be playing golf going, okay, right, so I have to twist the handle, that's going to get the face closed, then I'm going to rotate hard and hold lofts. Whatever your feels are, like that's a big no-no. But we all do it. I don't think I've ever met a golfer, and I've definitely fallen into that trap. But the best golf comes from when you separate your practice and understanding which phase of the journey of those 3 you're in. And the biggest key to understand here is you're going to be in all 3 at all times of the year. You might be in all 3 in 1 week. You might be in all 3 quicker than you think in 1 session. You might go from technical to skill to performance. Take an evaluation of your performance and then realise you need to make a technical change. It is guidance through your golf coach and guidance through your own practice almost routine to understand where you need to spend more time. So all golfers need to go through 3 stages. Technical evaluation, understanding how to implement that into a skill. Third, impart that on a Sunday round of golf in a medal. Did that work, yes or no? And then provide a feedback and plan based on those environments. But one thing you can't do is think hugely technical, drivey thoughts or whatever it is, and then think, okay, I'm going to drive that right elbow, I'm going to drive that right elbow, I'm going to turn, I'm going to turn, I'm going to turn. Oh yeah, I forgot target. Well, I thought I understood target was left, but I have not really thought about target. I shouldn't have hit it right, I can't miss it right. Right is dead. So 3 phases. You got technical, you got skill, and then you got performance. Next time you practice, think about what practice it is. Are you practicing technical? Therefore, are you evaluating ball flights? Or are you evaluating the use of camera? Is it skill? In which case, are you looking at start lines, dispersions, feels? Or are you just simply playing golf? In which case, the performance comes down to tracking stats. That's your gold dust. Very stuff we can look at. If you find that useful, if you find that might really help your game, let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, and welcome to the channel.